นะ Hello everyone. Can you just join me in the chat if you can see my live? Just now it was a technical error that I do not know why the setting goes to private. So that's why nobody can see it. So if you can see me in the live now, can you join me in the comment and give me some response? So I will just wait for a while for people to tune in. So let me also check my own Facebook. Okay, actually I see some responses already. Okay, Shanice, can you, Iran, can you also join? Do you see my live now? I see Darren. Darren, are you there? Darren, Diana. Okay, actually I see some responses. Okay, so I think it's working already. Give me a little time. Give me a while, because some of my friends. Okay, so actually I see more and more friends are joining. Okay. Let me play the counter now. We will start in 1 minute's time. Sorry for the wait. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, everyone. Hello, good morning, everyone. 大家早上好. Thanks for choosing to join me on this lovely Saturday morning. There was a technical error just now where I do not know why it was accidentally put to private, only me. That's why it didn't go on live. So thanks to my friends who joined me today who have highlighted to me that they actually see nothing. Okay, I'm glad to have all of you here in my Facebook Live today. Today I have two special guests with me. Hello, can you say hi to the audience?
Hi.
Hello. So can you introduce yourself? You have your friends here, Darren joining us today. Iran?
Hi, I am Shanice and I'm turning 11 next month. Hi, I'm Iran. I'm turning 9 today.
First, let's join me to wish Iran, my nutritional immunology, EXL baby Cheng Yin Pao Pao, a very happy 9th birthday. Happy birthday, Iran.
Thank you.
So in fact, today is especially memorable as I got to know about EXL 10 years ago when I was planning for my second pregnancy. I started EXL products when I was 1 month pregnant with Iran. That was October 2011. So 2021 is a meaningful year for me. Despite of the uncertainties of current pandemic situations, it marks my 10th year of taking nutritional immunology food products, 7 years in the career. So before I begin to share about the topics that I have prepared for all of you today, let me chat with my two little special guests, my nutritional immunology children. Hello, Iran and Shanice. In your impression, have you ever taken any medicines so far?
No, I have not taken medicine before. Yes,
What
I
about
have
you,
taken
Shanice?
medicine before, but when I was very young, I did not know until you, Mommy, told me.
Okay, yes. In fact, Shani probably didn't know or even didn't remember. She had quite a poor health before she turned 1 year old. The common package like fever, cough, flu. She even suffered from bronchitis when she was about 8 months old. I still remember that time quite a poor thing that she needs to be on nebulizer. So I believe parents who know about this, you can relate it very well. It's quite a poor thing that I need to actually puff her every 6 hourly. I still remember I was very confused and then I doubted and then should I be so diligently administer her with the nebulizer even in the midnight 12 a.m. I also need to wake her up to put her on the nebulizer. So I still remember I even called back to the clinic and asked, are you sure I need to diligently administer her with the nebulizer every 6 hourly? Then in fact, do you know what the nurse told me? She told me that in fact, Shanice was not the kind of like worst one. Okay, those are more worse conditions. The worst conditions, one needs to be on nebulizer every 4 hourly. I can't imagine those kind of hassles and then the pain that the child has to go through. That is just a bronchitis. What about more serious illness? So I still remember vividly when Shanice turned 1, there was one time she had fever medicine and plus antibiotic. That was the first time she took antibiotic. Guess what? She developed rashes right after taking the antibiotics. And then the doctor instructed to stop the antibiotic immediately. So that was our experience before we got to know about nutritional immunology at when Shanice was 1 year old. So Shanice and Iran, do you remember, have you ever seen doctors?
Yes, I seen doctor before when I was small to take the injection.
Only the injection, yeah?
Yeah, for sick and fever, I did not go to the doctor. My mother treated me with excellent lifestyle food.
Okay, what about you, Shanice?
Same as Iran.
Have you ever seen doctors? Do you remember?
No, I only went to the doctor to because one time I needed to go to put the nebulizer, I think.
You still remember that? That was you were less than 1 year old. I believe you hear the story from me just now, yeah. Okay. So in fact, a disclaimer, Iran and Shanice, they didn't go to see doctor because of course they did fall sick. Okay, they did fall sick. Okay, only when you understand about why do they fall sick, like for example fever, cough, flu, it's just some immune responses. Like for example fever, your body temperature need to elevate a bit so that your body can better fight off the invaders. Okay. So just Iran mentioned about I treated him with excellent lifestyle products. Okay. So actually that is our nutritional immunology lifestyle when Shanice was 1 year old, when I was pregnant with Iran about 1 month. Okay. So now do you often actually fall sick?
No, I don't often fall sick. It's very rare for me to fall sick.
What about Shanice?
No, neither do I.
Okay. So can you share with us what is of course you did fall sick but very, very rarely, right? So can you share with us your one very bad experience if you could remember of falling sick?
Recently, last week, I had a very bad headache. I cried because my head was very pain. So, my mommy, you saw, which is my mommy, she saw, and then she gave me millennium. So, it made me feel better. So I vomited, and I felt much better.
Okay, so right after the millennium,
Yeah. The
even though
cause
you
is
threw out,
actually because I drank too spicy soup.
yeah, too spicy soup, the vegetarian laksa soup, yeah.
Yeah.
So in fact, I tasted the soup. It was really spicy. But Shanice liked spicy stuff, right? So actually, I also couldn't take it, but she finished it. So ended up with a very bad headache. So even though she threw out everything, including maybe the millennium, so but right after she drank the millennium, she started to feel better, and then it triggered her this vomit response. She threw out everything. Right after that, she was fine already, right, Shanice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about you, Iran?
For me, is during K2, the graduation. It was the practice
Your
day for the
graduation is
graduation.
how long ago, Iran?
3 years.
3 years already, yeah.
It was the practice. Then it was a half day one. Then after that, I came back home, took a nap. Once I woke up, I was really, really hot. My mother told me that I could cook an egg on my forehead already.
That was so hot.
And then the next day, the graduation day, I recovered 1 hour before the graduation.
Just right before the 1 hour.
Yeah, I vomited a lot, 3-4 times, I think, and I coughed and sneezed. And then once I arrived at the school, they brought me to the performing stage, and then I performed with a yoga stand.
Because you are a small size, right? So you stand on your friend's back. That is a yoga stand, which you have been practicing it for long for the graduation day performance, right? Yeah. So I still remember that was your performance, your graduation concert was at the SUTD University at the CMA there, right? So I still remember that time. It was really quite a scary experience for me because she threw out quite badly, and then she really had bad fever. And then in fact, at that point of time, I was thinking, should I bring him to doctor? Should I give him antibiotic? Which is commonly people may think that antibiotic definitely will help him to solve the problem, right? So in fact, at that point of time, I chose to nourish his best doctor, which every one of us has it, which is, who is the best doctor in the world?
The immune system.
Yes, I chose to nourish it because of course that time he didn't really have good appetite. I fed him with Soy Pro, Millennium, Nutri-Egg, and all the abundance of nutrients of this NI food to him. So right before we need to send him to report for the rehearsal at 1 hour just before the time to report, he recovered, and then he performed very confidently on stage. So that was the only one bad experience you remember, right? The rest is just very manageable.
Yeah, it's like one 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. So in fact,
Didn't
recently you
vomit or
didn't.
anything.
Yeah, you didn't fall sick that often. So that is the you I see that I have invested in this NI food for the past 10 years. So of course, initially, as all kids may also have experienced the growth spurt, right? That which they will need to train to build up the immune system, they did fall sick. But for the lately past few years, actually it was indeed a bliss for me because they didn't really fall sick anymore. So I can't imagine if they still fall sick very frequently. So I can imagine those kind of headache or worries that we have as parents. So can you share with us what is your favorite products? What is your favorite NI food?
My favorite NI food is soy green and Malaysian. They both taste nice and sweet. And the most important thing, they are healthy for you.
Okay.
I drink soy green every day in the morning. Even
As
today.
your breakfast. Yeah. What about you, Shanice?
My favorite product is Malaysian and soybean caramel banana.
Okay. So what about today morning? What do we have as well as added into your breakfast?
Soy green and immunity.
So why is immunity important for now?
Because to like prevent the virus or fight off the virus. Yeah.
Yes, very good. In fact, immunity are very abundant. Immunity is abundance in polysaccharides, which is an immune system booster that will actually boost your immune system instantly to actually fight off the virus, especially the COVID-19 and the variants now. So ever since we started to adopt NI lifestyle since 10 years ago, right? We are blessed to share that we are free from medication and living healthier and healthier day by day now. So, all right, thank you, my kids, for joining the sessions. That is actually the bonus sessions. So, do you have anything to share with the audience before you log off?
Yes, I need to say a really big thank you to my mom. Today, she gave birth to me. She suffered a lot of pain.
Okay, thank you, Iran. So, and then what about you free from medication?
Yes, I'm free from medication.
Because you are nourished with abundance of NI food throughout the 9 years of your journey.
Yeah.
So you are living healthier
and stronger. Ha.
Yeah, thank you, Iran. What about you, Shanice?
I am free from medication because my mother invested in it and trust the process, and now I am stronger too.
In fact, all the products come in very, very handy, especially during the emergency and critical moments, right?
Yes.
So you will help yourself DIY to get Millennium, to get Soy Pro, Orchestra, all this Soy Green by yourself, right? Okay. So thank you for joining us. So now we will continue the sessions. Thank you, Shanice and Iran.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. Bye.
So you will log off to join us in the Facebook Live. Huh? Okay, now come to the key highlights of today's sharing. Today, I didn't really prepare many slides. I like to have more interactions with you. You can join me in the comments in the Facebook Live here. So recently, there are still many concerns around COVID-19, the variants, the vaccines, etc. So today, I would like to share about these few topics here. Okay. So first, should I take or not take the vaccines? A lot of concern is already still, a lot of concern is take already still kena one, right? So why should we take the vaccine? So may I know from the audience, if you have taken vaccine, key in 1, or if you have not, key in 2, or 3, you are still considering. Join me in the chat. Okay, thank you, Cole. Thank you, Joey. Okay, so Cole, you are all the way from Malaysia. So I guess you have registered. You may not get your sessions yet, is it? Yeah, maybe. Okay, for me, I have registered for my jab. Okay, which I will be taking it in 2 weeks' time. So first of all, let's look at the vaccine technology, the mRNA, also known as the messenger RNA vaccines. So that does it actually have the right live virus inside this vaccine? Join me in the chat. Do you think this mRNA technology has the live virus inside the vaccines? Yes. Okay. You will hear from me more. So in fact, the answer is no. So how does this mRNA work? Okay. So of course, for other technology like the AstraZeneca, so that is a different technology. So for mRNA vaccines, which is we are now in Singapore, we have these two, which is the Pfizer and Moderna. So mRNA vaccines are a new type of vaccine to protect against infectious diseases, but not for mRNA vaccines. To protect against infectious diseases. To trigger an immune response, many vaccines put a weakened or inactivated germ into our bodies, but not for mRNA vaccines. COVID-19 mRNA vaccines give instructions for our cells to make a harmless piece of what is called the spike protein. The spike protein is found on the surface of the virus that causes COVID-19. So first, COVID-19 mRNA vaccines are given in the upper arm, the muscles. So once the instructions mRNA are inside the immune cells, the cells use them to make the protein piece. So after the protein piece is made, right, the cells breaks down the instructions and get rid of them. So next, the cell display the protein piece on its surface. So our immune systems recognize that protein doesn't belong there and begin building an immune response and making antibodies, like what happened in natural infections against COVID-19. So at the end of the process, our bodies have learned how to protect against this future infection. So the benefit of these mRNA vaccines, right, like all vaccines, is those vaccinated gain these protections without ever having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. So the question here is, take the jab already still may kena? Yes, rest assured, you can be rest assured. The symptoms definitely will not be those severe kind, like the very kind of like serious, like 重症者. So do you know there is actually a missing gap here? Look at the vaccine's objective. It is to train up our immune system to fight, right? So what if the immune system, the soldiers inside are weak? When there is an enemy, probably they can see them, but they couldn't react to it. It's similarly to cancer. So every one of us, I believe, we know that we do have cancer cells inside. But the good news is we also have these natural killer cells. In short, we call it NK cells in the body to fight. Just the NK cells see it, but they may not be able to fight it and let off the gut. Simply, they are too weak to fight. That explains why some people, even after the 2 jabs, they still kena the virus. That could be because their immune system are not healthy. They are not able to train up to produce the antibodies despite of the vaccine's jab as the training. So you may ask me, why are they too weak to fight? Isn't it immune system is the best doctor in the world? Actually, simply because of our modern lifestyle nowadays. Look at what we eat nowadays. Is it really for taste or for the nutrition? What about the stress, our environment, exercise, sleep, etc. All these factors have contributed to premature aging and also a weakened or malfunctioning immune system. So what can we control here? Do you know actually there is actually one doctor that can definitely save you? He or she is the best doctor in the world. He or she is none other than your immune system. So what is nutritional immunology? In short, we call it NI. So nourish your best doctor in the world, which is your immune system, well, with abundance of nutrition. Because you certainly do not want this to happen. So now I'm going to share my screen. So if you can see my screen, I'm sharing a WhatsApp message. Give me a thumbs up. You can see my screen, yeah? Okay, thank you. So look at this is what happening. Above are the real case happening to my friend, whose mother-in-law is currently admitted to private hospital ICU due to COVID-19, as there is no more space in the government ICU at JB. So just a 10 to 12 days, it has cost ringgit 120K. So this family may end up in debt. So it's really a dilemma here. So we want to save life, but the battle is hard. My friend's mother-in-law may or may not fight the battle. So this family may end up soon in debt because the hospital bill is really a sky-high price. 我们讲天价, okay, it's a six-figure hospital bill. Okay, so what she shared here, Rain, earlier you shared about the debts of 1 million medical fees, yet can't save her mother. So she can now feel 那种沉重的感觉，真的是很负担啊。All right. So this is a real life case happening around us. So in fact, this is what she shared. All right. So we have learned that actually medication does not provide a cure. It's merely treatment of the symptoms. So how much is treatment cost? Let's look at this Vina Leong's experience here. Miss Vina Leong was charged a whopping 1 million for medical care for her mother who was diagnosed with cancer. 1 million in exchange for a life is definitely worth it, right? However, sadly, after just 58 days of the treatment, her mother passed on. She is left with a huge debt and a sense of guilt of not able to save her mother. Miss Vina Leong is not alone. Many people exhausted their life saving just on medical expenses alone. So let's look at the top 10 most expensive medical procedures. So if everything intact, in good conditions, isn't we are all multi-millionaire? So not only going through the financial trauma, but also the mental trauma, day in, day out from the hospital. So this is the real life case happening around us. So next, you may ask me, what about the virus variants? So in this first topic, so whether should I take or should I not take the jab? So will I still kena after taking the jab? So I believe through my sharing here, you may be able to make an informed choice. So bottom line is, do you nourish your best doctor in the world so that it can give the best training for the immune system, the soldiers inside to fight? Because this vaccine's objective is to train up the immune system to fight. So if one immune system is not healthy, are they really able to fight? So next concern may be, you may concern about what about the virus variants? So recently there are more and more variants coming up, right? B1617 as we commonly know, B117, B1222, B1619, B614G, B1351, A231, B1, etc., etc., etc. So when all these viruses combine, what will happen? It will become superbug, right? So do you think vaccines are able to catch up with the pace of viruses evolution? Let's take this COVID-19 as an example. We took almost about a year to come up with these COVID-19 vaccines. And now there are more and more variants coming up. So the fact is, whether you like it or not, vaccine can never catch up the pace. But your doctor, your best doctor, immune system can definitely do so. By now, I believe you are clear who is the doctor that is most reliable in the world for you and your loved ones. So next, I would like to touch on this cytokine storm. Okay, because a lot of time the pass on of the COVID-19 patients are not due to the virus itself, but the cytokine storm happening inside them. So what is this cytokine storm about? So you see the phrase cytokine storm has been popping up in the news regarding COVID-19. So some people are calling it an overblown immune system response, while others are saying it happened due to the immune system being too strong. So let's take a look at some basics regarding what a cytokine storm is. So first, what is the difference between an autoimmune disease and a cytokine storm? So both an autoimmune disease and a cytokine storm result from a malfunctioning immune system. However, the immune system malfunctions differs between the two. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system mistakenly identifies the normal body tissues as foreign and attack it. But in a cytokine storm, the immune system is unable to control itself. Unlike autoimmune disease, the immune system can still recognize what is foreign, so it does not target the healthy cells to attack. But when an enemy invades, the immune system is not able to control its response and cannot stop attacking. Even after defeating the enemy, they still continue to attack. That result in collateral damage affects the body's own cells, tissues, and organs. So why are some COVID-19 patients dying from these cytokine storms? So COVID-19 patients dying from cytokine storm have these faulty immune functions. Their immune system is out of control. The issue is not their immune system being too strong. Rather, they have a defect in their immune system that tells it to keep attacking when it should stop. It is like having the gas pedal in a car pressed to the floor while the brakes are broken. The car keeps running and cannot stop. So it has nothing to do with the horsepower being too high, but simply the brakes are broken, not working. So why is this a deadly COVID-19 cytokine storm? So when a person who has a previously unknown defect in the immune system gets COVID-19, his body will not be able to control the inflammatory cytokines, which results in an amplified immune response. So his body's own cells and tissues will be damaged because his immune system does not know when to stop attacking and will continue to attack even when the COVID-19 virus has already been defeated. So now you may ask me, so Rain, what can I do for a healthy, balanced immune system? So anyone of you have answer, you can join me in the comments, in the chat. So what is the solution here? What do I do for a healthy and balanced immune system? So it's none other than the SEED lifestyle. First, S, sleep. Not only quantity, but quality sleep. Make sure you have a quality sleep. Exercise, minimum 20 minutes a day. So a simple guideline, 10,000 steps daily. Okay, so next is our emotion. Be happy, smile more, because stress creates cortisol that will suppress the immune system by 80% in just 30 minutes time. So now you can relate why people getting sick younger and younger due to modern lifestyle nowadays, the kind of work stress, which is inevitable. So last is the D, diet. So eat more fruits and vegetables, less animal products. So in nutritional immunology, we advocate the 3 vital nutrients that are the disease-fighting nutrients that are essential for our immune system to fight. Antioxidants, phytochemicals, and polysaccharides. Yeah. So over here, allow me to share with you my NI solutions, the Pay Now package. All right, you can see my screen now. So first, we can choose to pay now to nourish our immune system when they are still healthy. Fundamentally, first to replace the breakfast with soy pro or soy green as your healthy breakfast. Soy pro or soy green. So I have 2 flavors of soy green, which is the caramel banana and soy green original. So soy pro and soy green providing you the super convenient way to take your important meal of the day, which is the breakfast. Soy pro is high in quality nutrients like plant-based whole soy protein and ginseng. Wow, soy green provides you the whole soy plant protein as well. Psyllium has fiber and a varieties of vegetables. It has banana and 10 types of greens all in one to boost the immune system function. So good news is that this month we have 2 boxes soy green will entitle you to enjoy a 10% discount this month. So second, to keep the immune system young with rosy thyme. Yeah, you can see here, rosy thyme. All right. As lots of diseases happen due to aging, rosy thyme combinations of rose, cactus fruits, Accelera cherry, and cranberry is high in phytochemicals and antioxidants. So when we consume rosy thyme, our body is able to produce collagen naturally, which means you are not only looking younger from head to toe, but also from inside out. So finally, to enhance our liver detox function with resin free. Liver, which is the main detox organ in our body, can effectively remove the toxins out from our body through our excretion. So during this critical phase amid of the pandemic now, I highly recommend you to add on this immunity too. Remember the 3 vital nutrients, the disease-fighting nutrients that I shared earlier. Immunity is abundance in polysaccharides, as it can activate immune cells and balance the immune system. Remember the cytokine storms that I shared earlier? The immune system lose its break and keep attacking. So polysaccharides is essential to balance the immune system and promote increased amount of NK cells, interferons, and interleukins in the body, which is especially good to fight the viruses, be it different new variants now, different new viruses, different variants. The best weapon is to nourish your immune system, the best doctor in the world to fight for you 24/7, 365 days to any invaders, including cancer cells. It can increase your defense. It can increase your immunity. As a minimum, do kickstart with soy green and immunity as your healthy breakfast, as Shanice and Iran shared just now, as their healthy breakfast. Best thing is you can mix both in one and the taste is good. So I've almost come to the end of my sharing for today. So if you have any questions, do join me in the comment. And then I am really glad and happy to have you here today in this live sessions. I hope to share with you more of this nutritional immunology expertise in the near future. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can either PM me, you have my contact. Okay, if you'd like to have more of this to understand more in details on this cytokine storm, you can also PM me. I will actually send you more information on this. And if you'd like to inquire more about this Pay Now package, you can also PM me, or you can leave me a comment here. So thank you, everyone. I'm glad to have you here once again. And then thank you for joining this little celebrations. And thank you for the wishes for my son, Iran. I thank every one of you on his behalf. And thank you for sharing my journey here. I'll see you again. So stay healthy, stay safe, and stay healthy and stay safe. Bye-bye.